Yo, what up? Welcome back to Sexton Accountability. Today, I'm going to talk about the three most prominent, dangerous things that can cause death during withdrawal. Okay, so let's get right into it. Number one is alcohol. All right. If you abuse alcohol regularly and you stop drinking cold turkey, you can have seizures and complications that result in you dying. All right. I'm not saying this to scare people away from quitting. I'm saying this to prevent people from getting in a position to where they're having seizures. If you get medical attention while you're coming off alcohol, it can be completely managed. Okay. So it's really important to go to medical detox if you are a heavy drinker and you want to quit. And this is accessible. You don't have to go to rehab. You can go to the hospital and share what you're going through, and they will offer you some resources. Okay. So it's really important not to do this alone, because the death that comes from alcohol withdrawal is not pretty, and I've witnessed it firsthand. I literally saw a dude fall down having seizures. He had black liquid come out of both ends. It was so disturbing, and yeah, it was very rough. And this dude was only drinking alcohol, all right? I was talking to him right before he passed away. So alcohol, look, it's accessible, it's widely abused, but it can cause you to lose your life if you stop cold turkey, all right? And a lot of people will say, well, I quit cold turkey and nothing happened. The thing is this is medical fact that this can happen. This isn't a matter of opinion. And like I said, I'm not trying to discourage people from quitting drinking, okay? The point is to do it with accountability and to do it in a way that you're setting yourself up for the least amount of harm. All right. So that's the point. All right. The next one is going to be benzodiazepines. All right. Benzodiazepines are anti-anxiety medications such as Xanax, Klonopin, Ativan, Valium. Okay. And these medications, they basically are very similar to alcohol in that they affect GABA. All right. And so when you stop taking these, once again, it's cold turkey, if you stop after taking it consistently, it can cause seizures. All right. I experienced this firsthand. I quit Klonopin cold turkey when I first got onto methadone, and I was like really like devoted. I was like, I'm not going to take Klonopin anymore. And I was not taking it for, I believe it was about 12 days I got in. And then I started having these mild seizures that would wake me up in the middle of the night. They were not grand mal seizures. I was able to stand up, and I was actively having a seizure while like standing up and even walking around. They were very mild seizures, but apparently they could get worse, because I went to the ER and they told me I needed to take the Klonopin or else they could get worse. All right. So this was really concerning, because like ultimately even as someone who was active in substance use disorder, I was actively like making change and trying to stop taking Klonopin because I was on methadone, and that combination was just not good. And, it was a little bit like, I don't know. It really made me justified and continuing to take it, because the doctors were like, you need to go home and take your medicine. They administered Ativan to me in the emergency room, and I went home and continued to take the Klonopin. All right. So alcohol, benzodiazepines. The next one is barbiturates. Okay. So barbiturates are lesser known. They were really prominent in the late 80s, early 90s. They still exist. The most well-known one, or the most widely used, is going to be phenobarbital. Okay. And basically, this medication also can cause seizures if you stop taking it cold turkey. Now, let's look into like how this is treated generally when it comes to medical detox. All right. So I can speak on my experience. I went in, detoxing from opiates and benzos, and they put me on a barbiturate, a phenobarbital. All right. They also put me on clonidine. They put me on a whole bunch of stuff. But basically, what they do is a substitution taper in a lot of settings. Instead of a tritation, they will do a substitution taper. And what that is they substitute one thing that you're on with another. All right. And so basically, for alcohol, they sometimes will substitute a benzodiazepine. For a benzodiazepine, sometimes they will substitute a barbiturate. And to be completely honest, I am not sure about barbiturates and if they were to administer benzodiazepines, because quite frankly, not that many people abuse barbiturates nowadays. It was a lot more prevalent, like I said, late 80s, early 90s, and prior to that, but it's not really something that you even hear about. And a lot of people don't even know know what barbiturates are. Benzodiazepines basically took the place of barbiturates, and that's why they are so prominent. Okay. So look, there are other things that affect your GABA that can cause you to have seizures that could ultimately result in complications that cause you to lose your life. So I'm not saying that other substances are not dangerous, but these are just the most prevalent ones. All right. And so like when it comes to any type of detox, I strongly encourage medical detox. Do not try to do this alone. Okay. It's unnecessary. And I understand when it comes to money, when it comes to a lot of different factors, it can be like, well, how am I going to do this? Like, I don't have the money for this. And my perspective on that is this is your life. All right. Your life has infinite worth. So to say that your life is not worth a couple $100 or that your life isn't worth potentially being in a little bit of medical debt is just not true, in my opinion. I think when it comes to you being alive, that everything should be done to set yourself up for success. Okay. So that's my take. Like, a lot of people will hit me up and say, hey, like, how do I get off benzos at home? And I cannot ethically tell you how to do that. One, I don't know how to do that. And two, it's just an unnecessary risk, basically. So that is my opinion. Those are the most prominent. There's other people, like, of course, when you look at opiates and stuff, like the withdrawal is going to be, really intense. And I'm not invalidating that. The thing is that it's just generally not associated with the same risks that come from alcohol, benzodiazepines, and barbiturates. Same thing with stimulants. Of course, stimulant withdrawal is terrible. And I'm not saying that any of the other withdrawals are not like completely intense, but really this is just focusing on the ones that really need direct medical attention. All of them do, but these ones especially. All right, so that's it for today. Hit me up in the comments if you have any questions. If you want me to share my experience further with this, I'm more than happy to. Also check out my website, sextonaccountability.com. Peace.